Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rahab Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth to rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Mataza or Mataza Lacham, which means unleavened bread or pillar of bread in the ancient Lashawan Quadash language of the original Hebrew Israelites who are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered abroad throughout the four winds of the earth that look like the heathen nations as well. Shalom. Brother Yakal, okay, Yakal means endurance or to endure. Ran into an Edomite Caucasian yesterday on his live stream. I couldn't be there to preach with him so I could bring this information to light to the Edomite's face to let his ass know, look, you're an Edomite. You're not an actual so-called Indian, which is a derogatory term that these Edomite devils would call a savage. Okay? So, no, Edomite, you're not an Indian, okay? Or actually, they are savages, but they're not the Indians as in the modern term, or in the modern sense. Because of these facts that I'm about to explain to you. What I was going to explain to that Edomite punk motherfucker if he came over there to camp yesterday, but see, I was at the hospital with my old lady. She smashed her knee, fell down some stairs at work, so I had to, on workers' compensation, I had to go to work, and not go to work, but I had to go to the hospital to be with her. You know what I mean? So that's where I've been my entire 4th of July weekend, which I don't particularly give a fuck about anyway. We were just going to, grill some meat and eat some watermelon and watch some movies. But shit don't pan out the way you wanted it to. Salakia, I'm here at the fucking, But anyway, let's read this. I'm kind of upset about this whole thing. This Edomite talking shit. My father goes back to an Indian from the Cherokee tribe. You're a goddamn lie, you Edomite cracker. The Dawes rolls compiled between 1899 and 1907 by the U.S. government determined tribal citizenship for the 5 civilized tribes. The $5 Indians refers to white settlers and opportunists who paid a $5 bribe to corrupt officials to be fraudulently added to these rolls, illegally claiming land allotments meant for actual tribe members. So if any goddamn Edomite Caucasian devil come on, oh, my great-grandmother was an Indian, my grandpa was an Indian, you're a goddamn lie, because the Bible says, or this information that you Edomites put up on the internet, and then we'll go into biblical scriptures concerning these devils, right? Okay, says that you fraudulently added your name to the Dawes rolls for the indigenous population of people, that you would exterminate them, call them blacks, have them replaced by you, and you would get the benefits of the original 5 tribes that were here, that go back to the tribe of Manasseh, the tribe of Reuben, right, and half tribe of, hold on. It was, right, the half tribe of Manasseh, Reuben, and Issachar, I think it was. I can't remember. I just need to go. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, tripping. No, I should have known better. Hold on. All right, hold on. Give me half tribe of Manasseh. Boom. Okay, I misspelled it. Damn it. Damn. Manasseh. Okay. All right. I'm trying to spell it. Trying to get it right. Okay, this is what I'll do. I'll just do it this way. half tribe of, right, Gad, Reuben, and okay, Numbers 32 and 33. And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, which we know the Gadites are the North American Indians, right? And to the children of Reuben, which are the Seminole Indians, right, down in Florida. And unto the half the tribe, and unto half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land with the cities thereof in the coasts, even the cities of the country round about. Right? Numbers 34. Okay, now I understand how to spell Manasseh now. Okay, Numbers 34 and 14. For the tribe of the children of Reuben, according to the house of their fathers, and the tribe of the children of Gad, according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. Okay. Deuteronomy 3 and 13. And the rest of Gilead and all Bashan, being the kingdom of Og, gave I unto the half tribe of Manasseh, all the regions of Agob, with all Bashan, which was called the land of giants. Right? Deuteronomy 29 and 8. And we took their land, right? The Israelites, okay, under Joshua, took the land and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites and to the Gadites and to the half tribe of Manasseh. These same individuals were the ones that traveled over here that were in the captivity under King Sennacherib, king of Assyria, right? And they were released, okay? And once they were released, they decided amongst themselves that they would come over here to the land of Azareth. Let's go get 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Right? Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, or the king whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. So the Gadites, the Manassites, and the Reubenites were led away captive by Sennacherib, king of Assyria, right? And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood, right? So he made the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans between the Horn of Africa, okay, and South and Central America like a sea of glass. Not hardly any wind, just a small winds to blow them over here to Central America, South America, right? And from there they spread their seed across the entire continent. Okay, all the way up into Mexico, all the way across what is now called America, Babylon the Great, the divided states of Babylon, all the way into Alaska. All of that, man. Okay. For the Most High then showed signs for them. How did he show the signs? Okay, now remember, the tribe of Issachar was in there. The tribe of Naphtali was in there. Okay, Zebulun, Asher, and Issachar. Okay, that you would Asher and Issachar you would call the Mayans and Aztecs, right? Okay, and they were very skilled at astronomy and being able to navigate using stars and constellations in the sky. Where they were, that's how they were. We were able to build the pyramids. They were all built over or under or in between constellations by a gravitational field. That's the reason why they were so. You could build those huge granite stones, okay, at the time, because there was a lot of gold and silver into the ground. There was a lot of metal, iron, and tin, okay, in perfect proportions in different areas where they could use the gravitational force of the earth, okay, build these limestone in those areas and push this limestone and pull it into place, okay, using the gravitational field of gravity and repulsion, okay, north and south poles of magnets. But if you have two south pole magnets magnetized, you see what I'm saying, they would repel each other, and it would be easier to push those giant limestones of the pyramids of Egypt, okay, on stack them on top of one another, especially if you mixed in that stone shards of magnet or of, you know, I mean, that's the only thing that I could think of that would make any sense. And then plaster this stuff into place so it wouldn't move. You've been through all kinds of storms, sandstorms for decades, for centuries, and they still standing to this day. 6,000 to 12, damn near 12,000 years later, them pyramids in Egypt are still standing because the Israelites built them. Okay, as a constant reminder of reminding everybody on the face of the earth that the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because of what happened to Joseph, of the coat of many colors, becoming a slave, and then becoming a governor, and then becoming Pharaoh, king of Egypt, what he did for his people, right? Plus, in addition to that, you know, you had all of the history where after the Pharaoh Joseph had passed on, there was another Pharaoh that was raised up after him that didn't know anything about the Israelites, didn't know anything about any of that. Okay, and that's what happened from that point. 420 years of slavery, our people were enslaved by these devils, you know, the Hamites, the Babylonians. Now, if you being enslaved, and the only God that you know for 420 years, generation after generation, are false gods of the god Ra that would masturbate, bust off into the sky, and create stars and constellations and other stupid bullshit like that. I mean, you know, that's the reason, that's what's wrong with our people now, is because of what happened. Our people continued to want to worship false gods and idols. Hell, they wanted to go back to Egypt after the Most High, with a strong hand and a mighty arm stretched out, pulled them out of Egypt. Okay, so this way they might worship him in spirit and in truth in the desert. That journey through the desert was not supposed to last 40 years. It was only supposed to last 2 weeks. That's it. And we were in the promised land just like that. And the Lord would have split open the River Jordan. We'd have walked over there on dry ground just like we did with the Red Sea. No problem. He did it once, he'd do it again. That was the plan. But our people were so stiff-necked, hard-headed, and then they had Aaron build a false idol of a goddamn pig, and our people bowed down and worshipped it. Right? So the Most High was pissed off. And the Most High's been pissed off with us ever since, to where he even filed the letters of a divorcement. You can go read it in Jeremiah chapter 3, verses 4 through 8. Where the Most High filed a letter of divorce, because remember, under Moses, with an olive branch, okay, in the blood of an unblemished lamb, right, and hyssop, sprinkled these 3 concoctions, right, this concoction on the 12 tribes of Israel, and made us swear that we would follow the Most High God and keep his commandments all the days of our life. Man, we have not done it unto this day. And because of our continued disobedience is the reason why we were scattered throughout all the earth. Okay? That's the only reason. Let's finish. For through that country, there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years, and that same region is called Azareth. And then dwelt they there until the latter time. Now when they being us, the Israelites of the circumcision, right, that fled Titus and Vespasian in 70 AD, okay, and we fled, okay, over the mountains, because Yahweh Shai stated, okay, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, flee ye into the mountains, right? So when we fled, when we saw Vespasian and Titus, which are Roman emperors and generals, surrounding Jerusalem and with a great slaughter, we fled. when we fled, that's where we went, on the so-called west coast of Africa, right? We spread from there across all of the different heathen nations of the Hamites, right? Cush, Put, Libya, Syria, Congo, Ghana, Kenya, right? The kingdom of Judah, which is right next to Egypt, right? All of that, man. But that's a whole different video, because I'm thinking I should make a video and go off into that history of it. But yeah, so that's how the indigenous population of people that were already here got here. This is the story of how they got here, man. Okay, because they were of the 10 tribes that were supposedly, that the Edomite Caucasians said that they're lost. They weren't lost. You came to their land. You knew they were here. Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon, he knew that the Israelites were over here. Okay, and he followed 2nd Esdras, which I'm reading out of, which he called it 4th Esdras. Okay, and found the indigenous population people that were already here. And then said he discovered the place. You ain't discovered a goddamn thing. You can't discover a continent where people already exist with a civilization. Running water, children, families, buildings, houses, indoor plumbing, fuck all of that. You can't come to a different civilization and say you found a place. That's bullshit. But that's what these Edomites do. Like it says in, okay, hold on, what was that? Let's go over here to, I gotta get it. Psalms 49 and 11. Right? Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Amerigo Vespucci. Right? Leo Incipio Africanus. Leo Incipio Asiaticus. For West Asia. That whole European continent. All the way over to fucking China. Including Russia. All of that is Western Asia. Okay? Conquered by, you guessed it, the Edomites. Right? They call their lands after their own names. So going back over here to the Dawes rolls, right? Where these devils were talking shit. If I can get it back, if it'll go back. I don't think it will. Oh, maybe it will. Okay, great. Come on. Now, the $5 Indian refers to a historical phenomenon during the 19th and early 20th centuries where the white settlers bribed officials for about $5 to fraudulently add their names to the Dawes rolls, so this way they could get the benefits from the states, right, of land, a check every month, right? The vast majority of they're getting these benefits are Edomites. White settlers did this shit. See that? White settlers. So-called white. Okay? Now, the Dawes Commission was established by the U.S. Congress in 1893 to break up Native American territories into individual land allotments. In order to receive land and other federal benefits, individuals had to be officially registered on the Dawes rolls. White settlers bribed officials for about $5 to fraudulently add their names to the Dawes rolls. Okay? To be officially registered, they gave officials $5. $5 is like $500 back then. $5,000 in the 1890s. $5? God damn, that's huge money. Shit, you could feed an entire household for 10 cents. No shit. 2 families. That's how abundant everything was and how cheap everything was back then. You know, meat, bread, all of that shit, because you could grow stuff off your own land. You know? Okay. Let's go. In order to receive land and other federal benefits, individuals had to be officially registered on the Dawes rolls, the final rolls of citizens and freedmen of the 5 civilized tribes. Okay? So, like I said before, earlier in the video, if you have a goddamn Edomite talking shit to you about my great-granddaddy was an Indian, my great-grandmama was an Indian, they are a goddamn liar. Okay? Because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're Edomites. They're the people of the Lord's curse to judgment. God hates these motherfuckers. The only reason why they exist is for our punishment. Our punishment is at an end and they still go to shed our blood. That's the plan. Why do you think they put Agent Orange, aka Nero 47, aka Donald Trump, in charge? One of the most racist motherfucking presidents that's ever existed outside of goddamn Thomas Jefferson. What the fuck? George Washington owned slaves. Thomas Jefferson and George Washington impregnated little slave girls at between the ages of 12 and 15 years old. God damn it. That's the wickedness of these Edomite Caucasians. They even took our hair and made and filled it up with cushion for their couches and their sofas and their lawn chairs. Our hair. They made coats and hats and wallets and pants and jackets and purses out of our fucking skin. Okay? Do you honestly believe that the Son of God is going to forgive these sons of bitches? You're drunk, right? You better stop drinking because he's coming back to kill every last one of these pink bastards. Okay? Without mercy. Like it says in the book of Psalms, let's go to the book of Psalms. Right quick. Go to the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. Let's start at verse 14. Offer unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High. Verse 15. And call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. That is a message directly to the Israelites who are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America and also scattered throughout the four corners of the earth because of our continued disobedience and not keeping his law. Right? He chose us. The issue was the fact that we did not choose him back. We chose false gods to worship. That's what pissed him off. Okay? And divorced us and spread us throughout the four corners of the earth. That's the reason why in every continent on the face of the earth you have Negroes. You have blacks. You have Latinos on every continent on the fucking planet. Okay? But unto the wicked, the Most High Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing as thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee? These are the only race of people on the face of the earth that say that the law is done away with. Okay? Why would they say that? That's a biblical prophecy that they would do that long before they were ever existed. Wow. So you see, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to destroy these devils, man. They got to fucking go, man. You're going to steal somebody's land, then you're going to tell them the law is done away with so they can be evil and wicked like you? That way you can keep them down in derision and make them proverbs of reproach in front of the eyes of the Lord without mercy so he can continue to destroy his people? You godless sons of bitches? Okay, so that's the reason why the Most High is going to destroy your entire race. And then the leaders that you have left over that are in these deep underground military bunkers that are going into hiding to hide from the face of the Lord of the hand that he shaketh over Babylon the Great. Okay, we're going to, like it says in Psalms 149 and 6 through 9, we're going to put your kings in chains and your nobles in fetters of iron. You got it coming, Peckerwood. Fuck you, man. You ain't finna get away with the shedding the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity during the transatlantic slave trade and in the time that their iniquity had an end, which are these last days. Come on now. Well, that was a long time ago. Get over it. You know, I didn't do nothing. I ain't never enslaved you guys. Some of my best friends are black. You're a goddamn lie. Soon as you get home and you're surrounded by other Edomite Caucasians, the first thing you say negative about anything is something about a black or a Latino come out of your fucking mouth. So I don't anybody trying to hear that obstinate, obtuse bullshit that you got. Okay? But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing as thou hatest the instructions and castest my words behind thee? Okay. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. What type of adultery? Spiritual fornication, spiritual adultery, worshiping false gods, such as Cicero Borgia, aka Jesus Christ, a gay homosexual white man, so-called white, motherfucking translucent skinned sons of bitches, you bastards are pink. Okay, you're different shades of red. As it is written in Genesis chapter 25, verse 22, and Esau came out red all over like an hairy garment. Okay, Esau means red. You know, you got nerve enough to get mad at somebody because we're telling you and calling you on your bullshit with them lies. Now let's go back over here to the Dawes rolls that these bastards took, right? The Dawes Commission was established by the U.S. Congress in 1893 to break up Native American territories into individual land allotments in order to receive land and other federal benefits, right?
Incoming call from an unknown address. Will you answer or...
No, I won't answer. Okay? Alicia's tripping, probably, more than likely. Okay? And to break up Native American territories into individual land allotments. And okay, in order to receive land and other federal benefits, individuals had to be officially registered to the Dawes rolls, right? The final rolls of citizens and freedmen of the 5 civilized tribes. Because registration was required to secure these resources, many opportunistic non-native settlers, aka white settlers, right, paid bribes to enrollment officials or forged testimonies to be registered as tribal members. Okay? This fraudulent practice severely harmed legitimate indigenous families. What about it?
Bunch of them.
Okay.
Be careful.
I'm going to the house. It's a race to the house. Fuck them. Okay? Anyway, this fraudulent practice severely harmed legitimate indigenous families because the U.S. government used the flawed Dawes rolls as an official record for tribal identity. Many present-day Native American nations continue to deal with the resulting complications, such as artificially low blood quantums and battles over tribal citizenship. Okay? So what that means by low blood quantums, you know, when you go to Ancestry.com, okay, is the same reason why Ancestry.com and testing for your DNA is illegal in Israel. It's illegal on the fucking Dawes rolls. You see the wickedness on what I'm saying? This is what I mean. This is the wickedness of these people. Okay? Now, right? Okay, so, you know, basically I just want to do, touch base with you about these bastards and the Dawes rolls, okay, and how they artificially and fraudulently being opportunistic white settlers went and fraudulently bribed U.S. congressmen and officials for $5 to become $5 Indians. Now you understand the origin of a $5 Indian. Like I told you, I'm going to tell you for the third time now. If an Edomite Caucasian come up and tell you, my great-grandpa was an Indian, my mother was Native American, you're a goddamn lie. Okay? Because you people piss me off with that bullshit, man. Every time we uncover something, yeah, I get upset. Yeah, I get emotional. Boo-hoo. Because when I uncovered, yeah, I didn't not. Now I knew this information's already out there, but hey, man, come on, man. This is insane. Okay, and these people just think they're just gonna walk right off into the kingdom of heaven, punch God in the mouth, right, and take over his kingdom too. Fucking animals, man. These people are wicked. Job chapter 9 verse 24 states that the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, the only people that are more wicked than the wicked are 2/3 of our people here, Israelites, trying to fit in with these goddamn Edomite Caucasians. Okay, so anyway, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to touch base with y'all, let y'all know. The brother called ran across one of them Edomites yesterday on his live stream, and the Peckerwood said some stupid shit about being my great grandpa was a Cherokee Indian. You're a fucking lie. You lying snake. Like it says in Psalms 58:3, the wicked are estranged from the womb, meaning that they're divorced from the Most High God as soon as they come out the pussy hole. Okay, speaking lies. First thing they say, your daddy pick you up, mama. Okay, your mama pick you up, dad. First thing they say is a lie. Okay, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me how to find this information and to put it out there on the internet and let people know that these goddamn Edomite Caucasians are liars, thieves, murderers, and bloodshedders. Right? Shalom. Hold on. Let me get me one more biblical verse. I gotta get it. It's killing me. Salakia. Let me type it in. A bloodshedder. Ecclesiasticus chapter 34 verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. One more. Let's go over here to Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 16. Right? Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. That's exactly what these Edomites did. Don't forget that. To the indigenous population of people that were already here, that you call the Native American Indians. Okay? They gave them a bottle of liquor, so this way they could go around drinking themselves to death. Right today, the highest population per capita of demographic in the United States of suicide or drunk driving accidents is among the Native American Indians. To this day. Okay? Go and check it and see if I'm full of shit. Okay? Verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, you Edomite Caucasian devils, and shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory of the 250th quincentennial birthday of Babylon the Great. Right? The divided states of America, Merathium, the land of bitterness and darkness with no light in it. Job chapter 10 verse 21. Before I go, whence shall I not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death? The land of darkness and the shadow of death is here in America, Babylon the Great. And this biblical passage pertains to the Israelites that are captive in the land where there is no light, right? And like I got on the live stream yesterday, I was going to put him a biblical scripture to help him out against this Edomite, like it says in Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them, right? A land of darkness, as darkness itself, of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Remember, right? It says, that Satan will cast himself as an angel of light. Look at Elon Musk with that brain chip. Okay? Neuralink bullshit. How he can use Jesus-like powers with this brain chip, right? You see how he became an angel of light, a fucking devil that drinks blood and eats babies? Shalom.